Okay, so today I think I'm going to start on another piece of artwork for Valentine's Day. And to start off with, I thought it'd be nice. I'm going to lay it out on my tray the way I'm going to pour it. So to start off with, I thought it'd be nice to put a heart in the middle. Kind of center it up. I mean, it don't matter because I'm going to have to take it off the tray anyway. Once it's freeze drying. But I'm going to lay it out and freeze dry it as if like the final product's going to be. I've got some strawberries here. I want to save these leaves because we're going to use that as part of the artwork. And I'm going to try and see if I can get away with using my banana splitter or cutter to cut the strawberries. Yeah, that works. And then I'm just going to fill this up. Now I don't want this pour to be, the resin pour to be too deep, so I'm going to try and keep this a really shallow piece. Alright, there's my heart. Make sure I cut that. Now, get some of these bigger strawberries. I'm going to see what I can do with my other cookie cutters. See if we can make a couple of small hearts. Get them to lay flat. Red one. Alright, that's enough of the strawberries on that one then. Alright, so now I got a kiwi here. And what I want to do with the kiwi is I'm going to try and peel some of that. And I've never done it with a potato peeler, but I want to peel some of that because I'm going to use the skin as the shaft for the arrow going through the heart. Similar to this. That looks good. Now we're going to cut some of this, and we'll make some hearts out of this too. Need to leave some room. Oh yeah. Let's take some of these leaves, because that's what I was going to use for my feathers on my arrow. Like that. And like that. So we need to come down a little bit more. Of course, this is all upside down to you, but I can't work upside down. Alright, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, I got a mango. Let's see if I remember right. On a mango, the seed's kind of flat in there like this. Oh yeah. Let's see what size of heart do I want. Well, could go with a little bit bigger. Like that maybe. Put that there. When I lived in Puerto Rico, we had a mango tree in our front yard, and I used to hate mangoes because it put out thousands of mangoes every year, and I had to cut the lawn over it. Nothing like the smell of rotten mangoes. Alright, that's looking pretty good, isn't it? What I thought I would do with these is make a border with the bananas. A little strawberry top there. Got my roller berry out. I'm just going to put a few blueberries on there. Just sprinkle them about. Just to add color. There you go. That is what the display is going to look like. Oh, wait a minute. I got to do the tips for my arrow. What I thought I'd do for the arrow is take this banana stem, use the brown part of that, the brownest part of it. Just split it like that. And put it on there like that. What do you think? That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to make 2 of these. So I'm going to get this in the freezer before those bananas start turning brown. And I'll make the other one off camera. I'll see you when these come out of the freeze dryer. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that, get through the, well, I got a load in the freeze dryer now, and then I'm going to be putting the Valentine's things in the freeze dryer. So I figure that's a good time to start making my molds. So I got enough material here to make 2 molds, so we'll work them at 2 at a time. And I'm not going to bore you with me putting this together. It's basically screwing the box together. I'm going to put like that. Now let's turn it some way where you can see what I'm going to do here. I can't get it all on camera. Right. Basically, I'm just going to screw these together like that. And make a box. Like that. And these are a lot shallower than my Taco Bell one, because I'm going to try and use a lot less material on that. But I'm going to do that all, put this together all off camera. How deep did I get that? About an inch deep. see my, yeah, that's about alright. Not a lot of room for error on there on depth, so I have to take it easy, but I'll turn that camera off and we'll get this put together. Two nice boxes all put together. Now on this one I didn't use tuck tape because that last one I did one side without tuck tape and it seemed to come off alright. So we're going to try it without. I'm going to buy some silicone spray and release that. You know, just spray these before I pour into it. We're going to fill up all the seams on these now. Alright. That's going to have plenty of time to dry and cure on that. So, next time you see me, I'll be probably putting some stuff in here. I'll see you then. The trick is to try and get this to stay together. Let's see about the center of that. About there. Like that. Nine. Just gonna go a little bit more. Rather than break up that hard, I'm going to leave that just like it is. Kiwi. Kiwi. Now the mangoes, when I freeze dried them, they seem to shrivel up a little bit, but still they still look pretty. Now let's put that over here a little bit. Alright, I'm just going to fast forward through this so you can see me placing everything. I'm just basically transferring it from my freeze dryer tray. with that. Get rid of any bubbles I got on there. Not too much because I don't want to burn my product. But now we'll let that dry. And then we'll put another coat on that, a top coat. And that should be just about it. I burnt my strawberry there. I'm going to have to turn that one over. Careful, John, with that blowtorch. Now the strawberries are on there. Got to be careful. That's all right. We survived. All right, so I'll get that covered. And next time you see me, we'll be filling those up the rest of the way. I'll see you then. Okay, I've been working on this one, popping the bubbles, for about 2 hours now. About every 15 minutes I come out here and pop the bubbles. Now this is a deep pour resin. I'm using Pro Marine deep pour, so it's a slow setting. But it seems that the problem with freeze-dried products, if you're going to try this at home, is that where all that moisture and water was inside your food product, it's now air. And air equals bubbles. So I got to keep a close eye on this because I don't want, in such a nice pretty thing, I don't want any bubbles, or as few as I can get. I wish they made a pressure pot big enough for me to put these trays in. But no, I don't know where they are if they do. And if they do make them, they're probably way out of my price range. But I'm ready to pour this second one. So I mixed all my epoxy up. I'm just going to pour it in here. If all is fair in love and war, I should use the same amount in this. Uh-oh, got a floating strawberry there. As I did in that one. Let's see if we can get that strawberry to stay down. I doubt it. Might have to come out. Because it's going to want to float. You know, toothpicks don't go into dry strawberries too well. It's split. We'll see what happens. I thought I had all those stuck down, but I guess I didn't. What I tried to do is put some of the base, when I laid this all out, I tried to put some of that base on all my fruit so that it was kind of stuck. But I must have missed that one piece there. I'll have to keep a close eye on that. Let's see if it floats up. Alright, so I'm not going to bore you. Like I say, I'll probably spend the next few hours popping bubbles on that one and checking this one. I just leave it for 15-20 minutes, come out here, pop the bubbles, cover it up, leave it for 15-20 minutes, come out here, pop the bubbles, and that's what I'll be doing for the next few hours. So I'll see ya. Let's see, what are we going to do next on these? I mean, it'll be instantaneous for you, but we'll be taking these out of the mold, and then once we're out of the mold, we'll sand them all down and put a top coat on them, a tabletop gloss coat on them. And they should be beautiful. Okay, in my infinite wisdom, I have lost my mic, so I'm stuck with the mic on the camera, so I hope this works. But I haven't showed you me taking these out of a mold yet on this one. And this one I did purple, and I did it with a mica powder. I'll never go back to those liquid dyes again. That mica powder, I just used a little bit in it. really did a nice color. So I've undone all the screws on this. Let's see how easy this comes out. It's been sitting a couple days. That was pretty easy. Did I get all the screws on that one? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why that side decided to be really stubborn. There we go. Alright. We'll get this all cleaned up and sanded up, and we'll get a coat on the bottom. See you in a minute. Well, I forgot to turn on the record, but what I did was I sanded this, both sides and the edges. And this is the bottom, and I put a piece of tape around the edge of the bottom, and now I have mixed my tabletop, Moss Tabletop Pro, and I'm just going to put a coat on the bottom here, and that's going to be my first coat that I'm going to do on anything with the bottom. Just kind of spreading it all out now, trying to get it kind of even. It is self-leveling, but I want to make sure all the edges get done well. So I'm just kind of dragging it to the edges, make sure that it all gets in there nice and pretty. That is. Something from a tape, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to run some lines through this because it's going to kind of help it all level out. Alright, we'll leave that sit. I'll put the rest of this in there. on my microphone. Alright, so we'll be back to the normal sound here next time I press record. So I'm going to let that sit for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to come in with my torch and just get rid of all those bubbles. And then we'll leave it overnight. It should be dry in the morning. So I'll be going to work in the morning. So when we get back home from work, we'll flip it over and do the other side. I'll see you then. Okay. So here's a different one that I did, that I poured. And what I've done, this isn't quite ready to be pulled, but on the piece that I'm going to show you next, what I did was I pulled all this tape off, and that leaves a lip around the edge just where it went up the side of the tape. So what you do is, once this is totally dry, you take your router and you route around all that and make a, I used a 1/4 inch round, and make a rounded edge all the way around that, and this being the bottom of your piece. That smooths out this edge all the way around, and it leaves a 1/4 inch routed bit around the edge. Alright, so you got that. Let me pause it here and I'll bring the piece out that we're going to do next. So just to show you, so you got that 1/4 inch round. Then you put a piece of tape right on the edge of that 1/4 inch round. This is still the bottom of the piece, because when we flip this over and we pour this, and it's going to run over the side and it's going to curl under, and any drips are supposed to, I haven't tried this yet, are supposed to accumulate on this tape. And when that gets tacky, I've rolled the tape on the edges so that from underneath I can pull this tape off, and that will pull the drips off too. So that's the plan. We'll see if it works. Now these cups that I'm using to stand it on are a little bit short, so I'm hoping I can get away with using these. By putting it on there. Alright. Well, let's get that mixed up and we'll do a pour. Okay. So let's do the magic pour. I'm trying to get that towards the edge. I don't want to go over the edge yet. Or if it does, just a little bit. So I'm going to try and control that at first. Okay, get my brush out. Let's take it up to the edge. Then we'll roll it over. As it rolls over, I'm going to run my brush along there, just kind of make sure that everything gets it. I'll come back to that when I get all the edges done. I want to make sure before it all starts dripping onto my plastic that all the edges are covered. And I haven't lost too much of the epoxy, because this stuff is not cheap. Alright, that's about it. I dump the rest of this on there. It's just going to end up on my plastic anyway. We'll dump it on there. Now that don't look like much right now, but in about 15 minutes I'm going to come out here and I'm going to take my blowtorch. I'll do that on camera for you. And we'll get rid of all these bubbles, and that's going to clear up. It'd be beautiful. So we'll see you then. Okay, it's been exactly 15 minutes. So I'm going to get rid of any of that surface imperfection. And you watch how this clears up. There you go. Oops, I missed a bit there. I'll come back out there and check that in another 15 minutes. I just want to see where that's dripping. I might give that a brush, I think. Just take off that excess underneath there. Hopefully encourage that to get all the way around. Seems like it might be working. We'll only know when we finish. That's why I had to redo one, because I didn't like the way it dripped on the other one, so I had to put another coat on it, and that's why I wanted to try this. I looked it up on the internet, and there's a guy that did a good video on a big huge table so he could go lean underneath it and pull that tape. So hopefully I'll be able to get underneath this and pull the tape when that's still wet and not get fingerprints or something on the top. So in 15 minutes I'll just give that another heat torch, and then we'll wait probably about 3 hours before that gets stringy tacky. I'll probably use this down here to check it on the sides where it's dripped, to where when I put my fingers in it and it'll pull a string, then I know I can pull that tape off. So next time you see this, it'll be done. So I'll see you then. And there you have it. There's 2 of them. I got 2 more that I got to do some touch-up work on that I'm not happy with. But there's I call it a smoky one at the bottom here, this one. And what I did was I tinted it with black, and the black kind of turned it smoky, and that was with a liquid dye for the resin. And the one above it is purple, and I used mica powder. I'm really happy with that mica powder one. Let's see if we can zoom in here and show you some detail. So there's the heart. We got a kiwi on the left, and I spotted out through it with blueberries. The arrow is made with kiwi skin, and for the feathers I used the strawberry heads, and for the arrow head I used the tip of a banana, split it. Then on to the right there you got mangoes. The mangoes, when I freeze dried them, they kind of shriveled, but actually I think it added a nice touch to it. Then of course I did the border with bananas, sliced bananas, and then cut the slices in half. And all in all, I just think it came out really, really nice. So there you have it. I'm thinking I might put these 2 on Etsy. The bottom one's actually got some issues. Well, they all got issues. I mean, they're handmade, so you got to remember that. And but the bottom one, when I top coated the top of it, the bottom I had to stand it on cups, and I had waited 24 hours, and I thought they were set, and it kind of indented the cups onto the back. It's very hard to see, but it's there. Let's see if we can zoom in. get it. I mean, it's very, very hard to see, but it is there. You can just about see it right in here. And then over here, up by the blueberry, you can kind of see it. Let's see. Right there. See it right in here. But don't detract too much. I'm going to get some polish out and see if I can polish some of that out. I don't know. I might put those on Etsy. There you have it. I think they came out really pretty. And I'm super happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, kind of like a tutorial. If you want to see more like it, let me know. I've got some other ideas. And I'll see you on the next video.